Great. So let's jump right into it with Joscelyn making Team USA as an alternate. That is just so huge. I know you know that, being in that place yourself not too long ago, I should say. And how did it feel seeing her get that moment,
Yeah.
making the team, even as an alternate? I mean, it's just so big, even for the program, being the first to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm absolutely so proud of Jocelyn. I mean, many people don't know what it takes exactly to get to that level, to even make it to the Olympic trials, much less make that Team USA. It is one of the hardest teams out of any sport to make in our country, because it's only 5 athletes plus 2 traveling alternates. And so it's such an elite group of athletes, and the amount of work and sacrifices and discipline that it takes, and also the mindset of just being a high level elite athlete and a champion. It requires that mindset to even get to that point. So it was wonderful to be there in person and to see her. She has really, she's gotten so much better every single competition. And it's just great for us back here at Arkansas to be able to cheer her on, knowing that she's going to be a Razorback with us very soon here. So we're just so, so proud. And it was even more special to be there in person watching it.
I was going to ask you what it was like to be there, see the moment in person. I mean, did it bring back memories for you? What was it like?
It brought back a lot of memories because I remember, honestly, the Olympic trials in the US is more nerve-wracking than the actual Olympics itself because, like I said, that team is so hard to make. There's so much pressure, and the crowd was completely full, a lot of energy in that arena. And I know that there was just a lot of craziness going on the whole week. So it was an intense environment. But I was just getting emotional watching Jocelyn and the other athletes because I know exactly what that feels like. I know how intense it is, but they've worked their whole lives pretty much for this summer and this moment. And so I kept getting like a little emotional, very nervous, but it was just really fun to watch. I just love cheering on those athletes now that I'm a retired one.
Um, Speaking of that, you say the Olympic trials is so much harder than the Olympics. What kind of advice did you offer Jocelyn? Being that you have been in that position yourself, you know what it's like. You said the nerves came back for you. What things did you tell her before she went and competed?
Well, I don't need to tell her very many things because she just gets it. She has the right mindset to handle a meet like the Olympic trials. For me, I know she has her own coaches that are fantastic who have prepared her so well, and so I really just got to take on like sort of like the cheerleader role for her. And I texted her every day and just said, keep it up. You're doing awesome. Just trust yourself. Go out there and have fun. And then after day one, she just had a great competition. She hit all 4 routines. I just said, hey, keep doing what you're doing because obviously it's working. And she just keeps finding a way to get better every single time she goes out there to compete. So I'm just so proud of her. And I tell her all the time, like, I kind of fangirl over her because not just because of her gymnastics and in the incredible athlete she is, but just who she is as a person. Like you watch her during the meet, and when she's not competing, she's cheering on her teammates and she's going all around the floor. That is a cultural piece of what I see in Jocelyn that I just see that it's going to translate to college gymnastics, which is very, very team oriented. She has the brain for that. So we're just so excited to see some of those character moments, those culture moments that will really translate to college.
Speaking of that, the rest of the team in Arkansas was cheering her on. I saw
Yeah.
videos of them being so excited to see how she did. I mean, how awesome is that to see her do the same thing there? You have your team back here doing the same thing for her. I mean, it's that culture that you talk about, right? And your team has it already. I mean, how nice is it to see them already cheering her on as an incoming freshman?
I mean, it was so cool because we had, the rest of our freshman class move in last weekend to get started here on campus. And she's one of our family members. Like she is a Razorback already. She's just following a little different plan for the summer. And so they're just excited. They're excited to have her a part of our team. We really, um, our whole team just champions each other and the individual successes that they have, as well as the team successes. So it was really cool to see them. They had a little watch party and cheered her on. Even after the meet, I showed her the video of the team cheering and on their couch. So that was really fun. And I'm just so excited.
You talk about she just keeps getting better and better every time she goes out there, and that was shown through the scores. She had never scored more than 55 in an all around, and she did that twice in the Olympic trials, which is just incredible. For you as a coach, what did you, and a former gymnast as well, what did you see in her there that you were like, wow, this is incredible? Maybe something that people don't realize too, in any of the events.
Yeah, well, I think, coming back from her injury last fall, many people don't know she hurt her foot at World Championships, and it was kind of her first major injury. So, I know it was really tough on her mentally. So to have the comeback that she's had from that injury and come out and really not just get her gymnastics back, but improve it and improve her difficulty in a lot of ways. It's truly amazing. There's all of that behind the scenes stuff that people don't see, and they really just see what's on TV. So that is a really big deal for her to come back so strong from that injury not that long ago. I'm just really, really proud of her. And it took a lot of grit and a lot of hard work, I know, back with her coaches at home. So we're just so proud of her.
You know what it's like. You've been there on that biggest stage of gymnastics, I would say, in the world. And so, what's the journey like now for her? What I mean, I'm sure she's talked to you about it. I'm sure you've talked to her as well. But what's it like now for people that don't understand, going from now making Team USA to preparing for Paris?
Well, she is a traveling alternate, and so at any time that, hopefully no injuries happen, but if they do happen to call upon her, she needs to be ready. And so she's going to keep training and keep maintaining her level of competition so that if she is called upon, that she is ready to step in if Team USA needs her. So that is a mind game in and of itself. So, but I know her. I know she's going to do the very best job out of anyone I can imagine at that traveling alternate position. So she's going to go back home and travel for a couple of weeks. They're going to go to camp and then they leave for Paris. So I'm just excited for her because I know she is the best possible person to be in that role of traveling alternate and just stay ready.
I know we started off with this, but I do want to ask you again, what does this mean for the program, for you guys to have this, to have Jocelyn be the first? I'm sure she won't be the last, but it kind of, shows what you were building here at Arkansas, to have a student athlete choose to be a Razorback and then also make the highest level of the sport. I mean, what does that mean for the future of Arkansas?
Yeah, well, I think it's twofold. Obviously, in increasing the level of recruiting each year that we are here, part of this program is a huge focus and a huge goal of ours. That is how we get better. Recruiting elite athletes like Jocelyn who have competed on the biggest stages possible in our country. That has tremendous value. And then, having someone like her committed to our school, that attracts a lot of other recruits as well. So it's that. But also just, I talked a little bit about the mindset that it requires to even get to that level in the first place. That is the type of recruit that, we have really been seeking out at Arkansas that have that high level mindset that, maybe competed at this elite level, but they want to come here and help us win a championship. And so that's really exciting. Hopefully that will continue to be the case in our recruiting. But I know that she's gonna positively impact this program in more ways than one. I just can't wait.
And really final question for you, Jordyn. You talk about the Olympic trials just being so intense. And how do you think that that experience will help her here at Arkansas? I mean, how for you, how did that experience relate to the collegiate level?
Well, being able to manage the level of pressure and competition, it's a little bit different when it's more individual and you're trying to get yourself on a team like the Olympic team versus, you're competing as a part of a college program. And it's not just about you, it's about the whole team. You get that at the World Championships at the Olympic level, but not all the time. Versus college, every single competition is really about that team result. So having athletes that can handle those high pressure situations, not only handle them, but give their best performances in those situations, that is awesome for us. And so I know that whatever position she's in, whether she's anchoring an event or first up on an event or in a national championship situation, she's going to have that experience to really prepare her mentally, physically, and emotionally.
Perfect. Anything else you'd like to add, Jordyn?
I don't think so.
Perfect. Well, that's all I have. Thank you so much for
Awesome.
being able to do this today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.